Hey, this is the TBT Podcast, our first official podcast for the TBT forums. I'm your host, Justin, for some reason, and we're doing this. We've got a bunch of staff members from the forums here today who are going to join us on whatever this is going to be. So let's have them all introduce themselves.
Hey, it's Ben here. You might know me as Gandalf on the forum.
This is Jeremy.
I'm Kaiaa.
I'm Professor Gallows.
Hello, I'm Tina.
Yay! Hi, everyone. Okay.
Hi.
So, we're just gonna. This is gonna be kind of weird because we've never done this before. So I'm just gonna kind of jump into the news here. Some of the big news we had today from Nintendo. So we're gonna jump into there was a big announcement from them the other day. A new 3DS model is coming out in Japan in October, which is kind of unexpected. No one really expected this to happen, but it's happening for some reason. Have all of you seen it? Any like initial thoughts on it?
Yeah, it is happening, and I said this in the thread, but I am considering buying one.
I am too.
And why are you guys going to buy one?
I have the regular 3DS, so this is a good upgrade for me.
Yeah, that's exactly the same thing I was thinking.
So you guys never bought the XL?
No.
Nope.
I did actually buy an XL. This is the first time I've ever bought like a remake of a console before, and I'm pretty kind of pissed because these ones seem like they're a lot better, and you can like interchange the plates and everything. That's really cool, and I probably won't get it now because I've already spent on the Zelda 3DS.
I should just add in there the changeable plates are actually only on the non-XL version too for some reason.
Oh,
which is really dumb.
Oh, never
mind.
mind.
I don't get that part.
Yeah. No, the swappable plates are only available on the tiny baby one. They're not on the XL, which is, in fact, there's a lot. Sorry.
I thought it was because the XL looks kind of like thinner or something. I don't know. Yeah,
and there's a few other things too. The one of the features of it, I guess, is that there's supposed to be like colored A, B, X, Y buttons, which are supposed to match the SNES, but the colored buttons they're only fully colored on the non-XL. On the XL, you just get like the letters colored. The actual buttons aren't colored either. So there's a weird consistency between the models, and it's strange. It's like they want you to buy the non-XL.
Well, I don't really care about like the cover plates or the buttons because I'd rather the nice looking screen than just the little.
Wait, so yeah, why do you want to buy the new one? What's the main feature to buy one?
Well, the primary reason is because I've somewhat regretted not having an XL, so I feel like now is my chance to have something new.
I basically did that with the DSi when it came out, but then, there wasn't many exclusive games for it. Nothing really changed between that and the DS Lite. It's a lot different this time around.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the controversy is coming from on this, is there's going to be exclusive games for it. In fact, they've already announced Xenoblade Chronicles, which was a Wii game, it's a Japanese RPG that came out a few years back. Apparently they're porting that onto the new 3DS, and only the new 3DS. So if this is going to start a trend where you need to buy the new 3DS in order to play some of these games from Nintendo, it's kind of strange. That's almost like a new generation. You when the DS Lite came out, you didn't have to buy a DS Lite to play certain games. It's a little, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't know. The question is, are developers actually going to make games only for that console? Because they'd have to, you'd have to imagine that their sales would be lower.
Yeah, I can't imagine any third-party developers doing it, but it just depends on what Nintendo first party does. Because, like I said, they're already starting off with Xenoblade.
I was going to say, do you think they're going to port any other Wii games onto it, or
Super Mario Galaxy on new 3DS? Let's make it happen.
That's what I was thinking.
But can we talk about the name of it, by the way?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a guess and say that if they bring it over if they bring it overseas to America and Europe, they're probably gonna change the name. But at least in Japan, it is literally called New Nintendo 3DS, New Nintendo 3DS LL, which is the extra large is called in Japan.
Because they've never done that before.
You mean make weird names like Wii U?
Yeah, Nintendo's they're great. They're a great pattern of fantastic names, and it's
throwing
continued.
new into everything.
New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that was very confusing to me. So I never really bought any of the Marios for.
Yeah, I'll just quickly run down what the new features are in case anyone hasn't checked out on the information yet. Or our listeners mostly. I think most of you know the features. The big deal is if anyone who's had the original 3DS, if you've ever actually used the 3D slider on it, there's a very weird. Basically, the 3D only works if you're looking straight at it on the current models, which, unfortunately, the reason a lot of people don't bother with the 3D because it's annoying if you slightly move your head or, it's gone. So on the new one, they're using a head tracking system. The camera will actually basically keep track of which way you're facing or something. So if you tilt the 3DS to the side, it'll actually adjust the 3D to where you're facing or whatever. So the 3D effect is basically supposed to be seamless regardless of which way you're facing, or which way the 3DS is facing rather, which is, I don't know if people actually use that, because do any of you actually use the 3D on your 3DS?
Not really.
Yeah, I use the 3D,
No, not
and
really.
that sounds
I
like
actually
a really
do use
good
it.
idea.
Okay, so Gandalf and Tina use it. But Gallows, do you use it?
Not really, no.
You always have it on a low setting. When I was playing Animal Crossing, I'd just have it on the bare minimum.
What games do you guys, well, I mean, I guess Animal Crossing, but what games do you guys use it on?
I did use it on Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, I used it on Link Between Worlds as well.
I used it on my only other game, which is Pilot Wings.
Oh my god!
I used
It's
it
a good
on...
game. I recommend it.
I am an unfortunate owner of Pilot Wings Resort, a launch game for the 3DS, and yeah, the 3D effect on there is brutal. Just wanna say, it will actually kill your eyes if you leave it on full.
That's probably where I started using the minimum, but it's still fun.
Okay, so one of the other features, they have what people have been asking for for a lot of 3DS, games like Monster Hunter. It's hard to play them without a second analog stick or a circle pad rather. Yeah, but they didn't put they put a little nub on it. It's not like a full circle pad. It's really strange. I feel like you're gonna have to try it out yourself in person to know if it's any good. But I don't know if it seems kind of strange. But yeah, I think they're making a comparison to the C stick back from the GameCube controller actually. So it's I guess it's like a C stick nub for the camera for stuff like Monster Hunter. It's just ridiculous to me that it took them this many years. It took them about almost about 3 years for them to introduce that, even though people have been asking for it pretty much since it came out. The XL didn't even add it.
Have you ever had a computer or a keyboard that had the little touchpad button mouse thing right in the middle of it? That's what it reminds me of.
I don't follow what you mean.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
You mean a trackball?
No, it's like a little nub in the right in the middle of the keyboard in laptops.
I think I know what you mean. That's
I really
exactly what it
hate those.
is.
I really hate those because they're always really stiff. So hopefully this has a little more give to it.
Okay, so the next feature at E3, one of their big announcements is they're getting into the I think it's called. I'm gonna sound like a total nerd here. It's called the Toys to Life category or whatever. That's what they call it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they call it in industry. It's basically stuff like Skylanders, Disney Infinity. A big fan there. Oops. And yeah, so basically Nintendo's getting into that too with Amiibo. But the way they had advertised it previously at E3, you were going to have to buy an extra dongle, I believe they're calling it, and it would connect to your. I believe it was supposed to connect to the 3DS via infrared. But the thing is, in this new model, they're actually building the NFC technology, which is what Amiibo uses. They're actually building that directly into the system. So if you pick up this model of the 3DS, you won't need to buy an extra dongle or whatever, and you won't have to carry that around if you are bothered to connect it. So that's another big selling point. If you're interested in their Amiibo figures, then this is the model for you, I guess.
I'm sure some people will be interested with it, kind of going in with Smash Brothers, that being the only thing that's featuring these kind of Amiibo figures right now.
I guess I'll go into Amiibo a little bit too. I mean, it's a little slightly off topic, but somewhat related. They, along with the press release Nintendo America put out the other day to go with this news of the new 3DS, they announced the launch lineup actually for these Amiibo figures and the price point, at least in America. So in America, they're going to be $12.99, which is about the same price as figures from other companies. And I believe hold on, I have to find them. I don't have it right in front of me. But are any of you planning on buying any of these figures this fall when they come out?
Not all of them.
I want to get the Villager at least. Do they have Villager?
I think so. I'm bringing it up. Well, I mean, they announced about 14 of them in E3, and then a few of them aren't coming this fall. I'm going to find the list now.
Yeah, I'll probably get one or two depending on which ones they make. The lineup right now looked pretty good. I'll probably get Link, and maybe Mario, but I'm not sure yet.
All right, I've got the lineup here. So these will be coming out this fall, but you can pre-order them now for $12.99 each. We've got Mario, Peach, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Link, Fox, Samus, Villager, Pikachu, Kirby, Marth, and Wii Fit Trainer.
Definitely getting a trainer.
I think everyone needs to buy the Wii Fit Trainer. Yeah, show your support for that franchise.
Is it true they're doing Mario Kart ones too?
They're being a little sketchy about that. There supposedly will be a patch coming to Mario Kart 8, which will support Amiibo Figures, but the thing is, I've got the image renders in front of me. These figures that are coming out this fall, they actually are branded with Super Smash Brothers on them, and you notice they all use the renders of them are all Super Smash Brothers renders. So I'm a little confused how it's going to work. Like, are they going to release another Mario Kart 8 set of these, and you have to rebuy them to play Mario Kart 8, or will these ones work? It's a little confusing, but they will become the Mario Kart 8 in some form.
What I interpreted from E3 was that they were going to be compatible with multiple games, but it's likely that they would re-release them to match up with the renders in newer games as well. So it's highly likely that they will be compatible with more, but they'll also release different versions of it, like different designs.
Yeah, that makes sense. So your Smash Brothers Mario will work in Mario Kart, but you can also buy a Mario Kart Mario if you want to.
Which I'll probably do.
You realize, if they keep up with this, by the end of this generation, there's going to be people with 6 different Mario figures in their house.
Yeah, it's just like Skylanders. There's 5 different versions of the characters there, and they're all exactly the same. I know you never got onto the Skylanders train. You went with Disney Infinity, but I did actually get into Skylanders when it first came out, and I've got a few different versions of characters that
the same character.
Yeah, they're just palette changes.
Yeah, that's insane that that we'll get people to buy those, and that's gonna, man, they are gonna rake in the dough for these figures. Okay, so let's see. I think a few other features on the new 3DS I'm gonna go over, and then we'll be done with the 3DS, I guess.
Well, can I?
Go on.
I know some of you are against the new ones. Any reasons there?
I'll get into that. I'll get into that once I finish the features here. So let's see what else we got here. They actually do have a bit of. They don't say it on the. I guess this categories is a bit of a rumor. They don't get into the exact details on the official Nintendo site, but I believe the rumor is that they actually have doubled the RAM in the system. So I believe it's got 256 megabytes of RAM now, and basically they're toting this as that you can now the internet browser will not suck now. Is basically what they're saying. Because have any of you ever tried to use a 3DS internet browser? Because if you have, I feel sorry for you.
I have.
I haven't tried to use it since I tried using the one on the normal DS. That was a nightmare.
I have used it, and it's actually a lot similar to a normal browser over here. That's probably because the internet's so slow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if the increase in RAM is the change in processing power they're talking about, or if there's anything else under there.
Yeah, what they're saying is that using that extra processing power you mentioned in the RAM, that the browser is supposed to be a lot better now and faster, and it also supports HTML5 video now, so and all that jazz. They've also got these weird. I think this feature is coming to the original 3DS as well. They've got these home menu themes now. I don't know, the price points haven't been released, but basically they're like home menu skins effectively, and they change the background, they change the music, they change the icons, the folder icons. It's very strange. And there's even an Animal Crossing one coming out, which I'll link somewhere. 2 of them?
Yes, there's an Isabelle version
Nookling one.
And a Nookling version.
Yeah, I forgot about the Nookling one. Yeah, those look really awesome. Except if you have to pay for them, I don't know. Nintendo has their pricing is very off whack. I imagine the Mario Kart 8 DLC, which we'll get into. They just announced that is $12 if you want both packs, which adds a ton of content. Oh, but then it's going to probably cost you $10 for one of these themes. I can imagine that happening.
Nintendo would be smart to. Obviously, the skins are related to the faceplates, but they would be smart to have the theme skins available for download on the eShop separately for a lower price, so then you could just download the themes instead of having to go out and get a faceplate, because you may like a faceplate and not like the theme that comes with it.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. You can actually buy them from the eShop on their own, but I don't know what the pricing will be. There's an update coming out for the original systems in October to let you do that.
Good.
And then also, I guess they're saying I think the camera's upgraded or something, but that covers about most of it. So yeah, we'll get into what Jeremy was saying. Yeah, a lot of people. I guess I think I actually posted quite a bit in the thread for this on the forums. At 6 in the morning, I felt pretty strong. Felt pretty strong about this. I don't really feel so strong about it now, to be honest. But basically, what it comes down to is I'm concerned that it seems like this new model has a lot of markings of a new console generation, as in upgraded processing power, upgraded RAM, upgraded controls. I should add there's also two extra shoulder buttons at the back of the new 3DS as well. So there's 2 new shoulder buttons and a C-stick nub and upgraded graphics. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of games that are going to be far better on this and going to push you into an upgrade, which is typically how a new console generation works, not like a revision.
So you think eventually people are probably going to have to switch over to this new console because it's essentially an upgraded version that will offer support for games that won't be able to be supported as well or at all on the normal 3DS systems?
That's my speculation, but I'm sure some here will disagree with that. I mean, we've got a few people here who really want to get the new model. But I guess my concern is that say if you are someone who just recently bought an XL like yourself, and I bought the Pop-Tart or the Animal Crossing edition just a year and a few months ago. Yeah, I feel like for people who recently upgraded their 3DS, is it really worth upgrading to this kind of stopgap one, or is this like the in between, and then in a few years after this, they're going to release a real successor, and then this is just like a waste of your money because then there'll be another even better one that like the real next generation right after this, and it's like, why would you buy this one?
Well, I doubt I don't think there's going to be a new iteration of the 3DS anytime soon. I mean, it reminds me of the DS, with the DSi and everything like that. But yeah, maybe I don't know when the next generation of handheld would be, but I don't know. That's like the problem with technology, though. You buy it and then they release a new one next year. So I don't really think it's a big deal or any different than, iPhone or, whatever, Galaxy.
Well, see, that's where I would get. That's exactly my point. Actually, it seems like if they're doing this, then Nintendo is shifting more towards the phone marketplace, where it's expected that every couple of years you're going to buy a new one and it's going to be better and it's going to support upgraded games. Typically the console market, you buy one of these consoles and generally you can play all the games that are coming out for that system for at least a good 5 years. Like that's generally assumed, right? But maybe this marks that they could be changing that. The idea that maybe you'll buy a new 3DS every 2 or 3 years if you want access to the latest stuff and the latest. I know they've released the DS Lite and DSi before, but I feel like those didn't have a significant upgrade in terms of power and stuff.
If I had an XL, I don't think I would be even considering buying it unless I liked Xenoblade or something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see any. I don't think it's really a big difference. I don't love to see if there's a lot of games for it, but I don't know.
I'm pretty much on that standpoint, where I just recently bought a 3DS less than a year ago, an XL. I really don't have any plans on buying this new one because I feel like it's a waste.
Well, I think even maybe from XL to the normal 3DS, that I personally consider that to be a bigger leap, bigger change than this. Just because it looks so much better with the bigger screen.
We can talk about first impressions then, because I know when I woke up and saw the news, I thought it looked like a tacky Nintendo Chinese bootleg version. They've got the cartridge on the bottom next to the stylus.
Wait, what?
It's got these strange colors, and it's just it threw me straight off.
I wouldn't go that far, but
isn't it like the cartridge is on the bottom, so that's where you put the game in, and on the back under the faceplate is where you put in the SD card now?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, they're very efficient with space, it looks like.
It's like a flippin' Rubik's Cube.
The color and everything.
Colored.
Oh, I also want to say that if you were around back then when the Super Nintendo was out in America, our Super Nintendo controllers and consoles weren't the same colors as the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom in the Europe and everywhere else in the world. We got purple and gray instead of the red and yellow and green. So some people might be a little confused as to those colors, as to what they're referencing.
Could you imagine that if they bring this model to America, would they change the colors for us? Because that'd be really funny.
No, that would be really stupid if they did that.
Like this, it could happen. You never know.
I'd be mad.
Most people buying this, I think they don't remember the SNES. I don't know the average age is that buys a handheld console from Nintendo, but I imagine it's not like, 30 years old or something.
I would say that's like the Vita's demographic, but no one buys a Vita anyway.
What's a Vita?
Alright, I think we've pretty much exhausted that topic.
Yes, we have very much exhausted it.
Yes, alright, let's move on. What else we got here? I've got a little outline here. I'm not going completely on the spot, sorry guys. Small thing, but I can kind of lead to another topic. The Club Nintendo announced, at least I believe this is in all regions, North America, Europe, and Japan, for once, everyone gets it. There's going to be a soundtrack CD offer that if you register both Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, they're going to send you a special soundtrack from the game. I think it's a 2-disc soundtrack from here, looking at the picture here, with a bunch of soundtrack from Super Smash Bros. That's only if you register both games. It's really nice to see them actually bringing a soundtrack reward here, because typically in North America, Club Nintendo severely lacks that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's nice that they're bringing anything at all, because usually my points expire before I buy anything.
Yeah, I don't use my Club Nintendo points much either, and I mean the Smash Brothers music tends to be really great because it brings all the music from pretty much all the games into kind of one, and they remix them and make them sound really nice. So I'm definitely going to be getting this soundtrack thing.
Yeah, I'll get that. I remember I got the Melee soundtrack. It came with one of the Nintendo powers.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I still have that.
So, is it safe to say, is everyone here buying both versions of the game?
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Okay, Kaiaa
Yep.
is. I am.
I am.
Oh, yeah, for sure I am.
Probably just going to get the one on Wii U.
What about you, Tina?
I'm definitely going for the one on the Wii U, and I'm actually quite tempted by the 3DS. At first I thought, no, just get one, but the more I see and hear about it, the more I'm thinking to go for both.
Buy it.
I do not envy you guys waiting for the Wii U version, because the IRC and the site and everything's going to be going nuts playing it.
That's probably going to tip me over.
See, for me, I mean, once the Wii U one comes out, though, I'm probably not even going to touch the 3DS one, personally. I just like consoles more than handhelds.
It was all the conversation on the IRC that actually pushed more towards looking at the 3DS version as well, because before that I wouldn't have actually thought to get similar titles on multiple consoles.
I imagine the forum's a lot more, 3DS centered, since, New Leaf is for 3DS.
I'd say the big question is, though, for everyone here who's planning on getting both of them, now the thing here is, would you buy both of them if they were actually being released on the same day? Because I feel like a lot.
No.
I feel like they're getting a lot of people into buying both versions simply because they want to play the game sooner. And that if they were released on the same day, a lot of people would just skip the 3DS version.
I would skip it.
Yeah.
I would skip it.
Yeah, like I said, once the Wii U one comes out, I probably won't even play the 3DS one anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that's. So I mean, the PR reasoning that they've released is that for the sake of quality testing and for bug testing, they're basically saying that they need to space them apart so that once the 3DS one is signed off, and they can get to work on all the testing for the Wii U one. That's why they can't release them at the same time. But it still feels kind of sketchy, to be honest. That because I mean, you can see right here our sample size of 6 here. How many of you would completely skip on the 3DS version, which is good $40 if they were released on the same day.
The only incentive I would have to buy the 3DS Smash at the same time as the Wii U version would be Smash Run, because I don't know what we know about the game in terms of Smash Run so far, but the character customization options seem to be that you only get those sort of upgrades and kind of those options from Smash Run itself. So when you switch over to the Wii U version, you may not have those customization options.
So you're saying that there's basically exclusive items and customization you can only get if you buy the 3DS one. Is that what you're saying?
Possibly, yeah.
That'd be kind of a big deal if that were the case. I mean, I'd say it sounds like it might be, but I mean, I guess I don't want to say it's confirmed. We don't really know, but
Yeah,
if it is the case, yeah, that's kind of a big deal as well.
in a way that it does make it like essentially they're the same exact games, but at the same time
They're really not.
they're not, because Smash Run is exclusive to the 3DS version, and on a lesser note, so are some stages, but that's,
Yeah, each of them have exclusive stages, correct?
yeah, the characters are all the same, but the stages in Smash Run are exclusive to the 3DS, and then the Wii U version has its own Wii U stages.
Yes, good old Animal Crossing City Folk stage.
Ugh.
We'll have to have like Smash Brothers Thursdays or something like that.
Saturdays
Smash Saturday.
Smashing Saturdays.
or Sundays.
Smashing
I like
Sunday.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Smash Brothers because Brawl was by far my most the most played game for me for Wii. So, and Melee for GameCube was one of my most played.
I can agree there with the GameCube. Melee was by far my most played game back then, and then when the Wii came out, and Brawl came out, I think I played it maybe about half as much, and then I stopped. I don't know why.
And there's a lot of people on the forum that even since Brawl was out have been playing it. So we'll see. If we want to do something like tourneys or whatever, but.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. Since Smash Bros is always going to be a big deal for the community, we probably will have some kind of a event or tournament or something put together. So definitely look out for that. And we promise it'll actually happen. It won't be Pokemon Link.
Well, we haven't even planned it. Like, this is the first time we even discussed it, so I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, it'll probably happen.
It'll probably. Sounds like a good idea.
It's possible, and with the way that the spectator mode works and all of that stuff, we can watch people play, and we can sort of work that into an event or something like that. We can be judges as an example, watch matches and play with people, and kind of make a tourney system up through that. So it's possible.
Okay. I think we're done with leaking all our announcements.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. I started it. So yeah, there's actually been a lot of news actually for Nintendo this week. We got one other big pack, which this is announced I think about a week or so ago. So I'm sure everyone listening will know about it. But the big news has been the Mario Kart 8 downloadable content coming out fairly well. Some of it's soon, and some of it's coming out in 9 months. We'll get into that as well. But I'd say it's safe to say everyone here is pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It will be very weird playing like Animal Crossing and Link in Mario Kart.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna play all the Yoshis.
Yes. If you pre-order both packs right now, I believe it's $12. I'm not sure about the European equivalent. Tina might be able to add in there.
It's £11 for the two in the UK.
Okay, so £11 in the UK for both, and $12. And for that, you get the Legend of Zelda pack coming out in November 2014. That's going to have Link, Tookie, Mario, and Cat Peach. And then there's going to be a second pack, which you get both of them if you pay this bundle we're talking about. And that's the Animal Crossing pack, all the way in May 2015 with Isabelle, Villager, and Dry Bowser. And each pack will come with 2 cups and 4 vehicles as well. Isn't it? It's kind of strange announcing a downloadable content pack that's 9 months away.
I can see the reasoning behind it. Mario Kart tends to be one of those games that people play very situational. Like, they don't play it consistently, like, 12 hours at a time. They play it maybe an hour or half an hour at a time because it's quick. You do a cup or 2, and then that's it for the day. Unless you're Tina and you play for 8.5 hours. But I think what they're doing with this is November is relatively close, and they didn't want to release it in October because of Smash in the States and everywhere else. And with the May release, I think that it's a way to draw people back that may have stopped playing. So they're giving this bundle option to buy both. So you've already bought this pack, and between November and May, you may stop playing. But when the pack comes out in May, you'll start playing again.
That's a good point.
I love the spacing out is not bad. I'm more referencing that they're announcing something like that so far in advance. Like it's like the biggest tease ever.
Well, what I'm wondering about is like why Animal Crossing? You have Zelda, okay, that makes sense, but Animal Crossing?
Because Animal Crossing was a big success for them.
I mean, I would think if Animal Crossing, they could do like all these other franchises, like Metroid and everything.
They might.
I guess so. Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, Dry Bowser is my favorite villager from Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that. Why is Dry Bowser in there? Like, who at Nintendo was like, man, Isabelle Villager, Dry Bowser, perfect fit.
And what is Dry Bowser? Like, what game is that from?
Just
Doesn't
Mario
matter.
Kart.
He's the coolest of all 6 characters coming out, so don't question it.
What, Dry Bowser?
Yes, that's the only one of the characters I'm actually looking forward to.
You want Dry
known of
Bowser?
Dry Bones, but Dry Bowser.
Yeah, Dry Bowser was in one of the previous Mario Karts as a special hidden character, and it's most likely a reference to that, but he's probably just really in demand, or one of the people working on the game really liked him, so they added him back.
Well, the Zelda pack has more Mario characters than Zelda characters.
Oh, what's wrong with Cat Peach and Tanuki Mario?
Don't we already have 2 or 3 skins for Mario and Peach, though?
It'd be 4, by the way.
Pink Gold Peach?
With Jesus. But, with the, DLC, that makes 4 iterations of Mario and Peach each. The normal version, the baby version, the metal version, and the suit versions.
You can never have too much Mario and Peach, apparently.
Well, it is Mario Kart, Justin. Jeez.
It's Animal Crossing Kart now. It's Nintendo Kart now, actually.
Smash Kart.
Yeah, I want to touch on that too. I feel like this is kind of a big deal. Nintendo, they've always stuck with the idea that it is just Mario Kart. They don't get into the other franchises, but that kind of seems to be changing now. So I guess Nintendo Kart is all aboard now. Like, could there even be more packs coming after this with the next game that, even expanded even more than Animal Crossing and Zelda?
Yeah, I'm moderately against that, personally.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I feel like the whole cross-franchise thing should be left for Smash Brothers. And it kind of makes it a little less special now that it's in more than one game.
I kind of saw it that they were just doing it to bring attention to the new games that are coming. They've got a new Zelda game coming there, maybe a future Animal Crossing on Wii U. So they're focusing on those games to introduce them to more people who might have bought Mario Kart, but not those franchises in the past. So maybe in future games, we'll have different characters. They're not just going to start a trend with Zelda.
I'm generally okay with it as long as it stays as DLC, and like the next game we don't have it, unlockable or something.
I could maybe agree with that. I do like the cross references, but at the same time, I've always been sort of on that with Mario Kart, that it's Mario Kart because it's the Mario series. So in regard to that, I agree with Jeremy that I don't want to see too much of game crossing unless it's in Smash. And if it is, I'd rather it be like DLC or unlockables that you have to accomplish something huge to do and not just collecting coins.
Have you guys noticed that now that once you update your game with the DLC shop, when you go into your track selection or you into character selection, they put all the unlockable characters from the DLC. They just put them in the menu, just sitting there, even though you can't touch them. They just sit there in the selection, which
is hilarious because that implies that they're completely done with everything.
Yeah, it's strange, but I feel like it's one thing if they're there to sell you on it. But they actually stay there even when you pay for them too. So they're just sitting in your face there. I mean, the Animal Crossing ones will be sitting there till May. I mean, I suppose the pre-order is kind of fun though, because what's going to happen? May's going to come along, and we're all just going to be like, "Oh, wait, Animal Crossing? Oh yeah, that's coming out. We've already paid for it. Awesome, it's free."
Yeah, we'll have a resurgence of Mario Kart again.
Exactly.
But speaking of Mario Kart, we should plug Mario Kart Mondays, right?
Yeah.
Yes, every Monday. A bunch of people from the forums particularly in our IRC chat room, though. So yeah, every Monday at I think it's 4 p.m. Pacific, we have Mario Kart Monday. There's a tournament for it. Of course, we play outside of those times too. So if that time doesn't work for you, we still play all the time. There's a pin thread in the Nintendo subboard if you want to check that out. But Mario Kart Monday, every Monday, 4 p.m. Be there or be circle.
Also, if you just want to play randomly, people are usually playing on the weekend, I've noticed.
Yeah, and if you just go into the IRC and ask, it's usually pretty easy to get people into a game.
As we're recording this podcast, there are people playing.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got Mario Kart open right now.
I want to play.
Well, I'm not playing, but I saw people talk about playing in the IRC.
We'll play after this.
Yay!
Should we say what the IRC is? Because people aren't in it, they maybe don't know that that's a chat room or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Someone go ahead.
Very new people might be listening into us. I don't know who's going to be listening to us really, but yeah, that's just the chat room for those wondering.
Yes, come to the IRC. People are nice most of the time, and really, people are really nice in the IRC. We've got quite a bit of a decrease in activity since school has started, and
I'm gonna have to disagree with that because, well, at least today it was so fast I couldn't even read what was going on, and people are asking me to mute the channel and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, it's probably the weekend then.
And for Americans, it's Memorial Weekend, so.
You mean Labor Day?
Labor Day.
You mean Labor Day?
It's May.
Even Justin knows.
Yeah. Well, it's a holiday here too, you goof.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know Canadian holidays.
I gotta go to the Sandwich Fair tomorrow. There's a fair here for the Labor Day weekend.
No, it's actually May. It's we recorded the podcast right before Memorial Day, and we just know about all this stuff in advance because we're really good friends with Nintendo.
Especially Justin,
my uncle actually works for Nintendo.
Yeah, he's gonna get your 3DS banned.
Should we move on from Mario Kart?
Yes, let us move on. Let's see, what do we have left here?
Miyamoto.
Oh, yeah. You be host here, Jeremy.
I don't want to be the host right now, at least.
I think Gallows has some feelings about this, if he wants to go ahead.
About Miyamoto discussing casual gamers?
You mean slamming them into the ground?
Yes, Miyamoto completely slamming casual gamers and telling them to break their iPods and to buy a 3DS. He didn't actually, but he's probably thinking it. Pretty much.
He's too cheery, cheery old man. He's always looking so happy.
But pretty much, Miyamoto, in an interview recently, discussed how he feels the casual market aren't buying Nintendo games anymore, and that they should sort of take their focus away from the casual gaming and into the more gaming-centric market instead. Because I think his reasoning behind it was they like to make really games that are memorable, and with the casual gamers, they want to pick up a game and play it for 10 minutes and that be it.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, it's different than when the Wii came out, because now with smartphones, the casual gamer's on their phone, so I think it's a different market now.
They're too busy playing Candy Crush.
Yeah. So now Nintendo's, they're making games like Splatoon, right, Chubbs?
Yes, Splatoon!
Splatoon's going to be really good, and you guys are going to be eating your words when it comes out.
You totally are.
I don't bash it. That's not me. I think that
I think we do have some Splatoon.
I think that's Tina, right?
Can they speak up here and plead their case?
Sorry?
I heard we have some Splatoon haters in here.
Yes, that's me.
What about Splatoon does not interest you?
Everything. It just looks silly to me. It's why would you pay money for that?
I think that's kind of the point. It's silly.
I really wouldn't be interested in it if everyone else wasn't, so that's the only reason why I'm kind of interested in it.
Wow, what a follower. I don't conform it.
Were you going to say something, Gandalf?
Yeah, I was going to say that half the podcast is against us, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. But, yeah, I didn't really have any interest in it at all when they first showed it off, but I think something you pointed out after that was if a lot of people get into it, having a big map and a big group of people playing at once, it could be really fun.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. We have Mario Kart. Mario Kart's taking the void right now, but the Wii U could definitely use more more games you can play online with a large group of players and play around. Because I mean, let's be honest, Nintendo hasn't been really right on top of releasing online games for the Wii U. Like Mario Kart's taking that place right now, but Splatoon, if it's it's going to be online. I think 8 players, maybe more than 8 players. That'll be a good multiplayer game for everyone to play around in.
I mean, Smash Brothers obviously is coming on. It's online, but it's still only 4 players.
Yeah, yes, that's what I mean. If we want to make an event on, this is something that I put a lot of thought into when we planned events for the forums. I try to stay away from games that only support 2 or 4 players, because it's kind of a mess putting together. Mario Kart 8, it's easy. Everyone can just join the tournament. So it's 12 people, no one's gonna be left out. Everyone can have fun. Something like Smash Brothers is a little more difficult. So if Splatoon has communities or tournaments like Mario Kart, it'll be great. I don't know how we got onto Splatoon.
Well,
Sorry, that was me.
That was Jeremy, but to kind of link it back up with Miyamoto putting his foot down the casual throat, I think with Splatoon, that's a good example of the way Nintendo is kind of trying to focus on a more game-centric audience, because Splatoon, at its core, is a shooting game. Like, no matter what way you look at it, it's a shooting game. And it's got the mechanics of a shooting game. You pick different weapons, they're going to have different levels, and the basic kind of goal of the game is to either capture the other person's base, like red versus blue, or completely kill off the team. And with a casual gamer, I don't think that they would be interested in that, because it would take longer than 5 minutes.
And when people think of hardcore games, I don't think they're going to think of something like Splatoon, but this maybe is Nintendo's way of doing hardcore games,
It's a shooter coming from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo, in Japan, sure, we have stuff like Metroid Prime. Well, actually, Metroid Prime, will we ever see that again? That's a good question. But that's a topic for another day.
And Jeremy, what do you mean? Animal Crossing is hardcore.
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, we can hear to the hardcore gamer here at the Beltree Forums. I mean, the collectible metagame is mad.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll move on. I have just a few things left. Well, I think we're going to want to wrap this up pretty soonish. I'm going to go over. Well, I've already talked about Smash Brothers, but another big Nintendo game releasing in about the next month or so is the Hyrule Warriors for the Nintendo Wii U, coming out on September 26th in North America. I'm not sure about other release dates. Is anyone here planning on getting that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it's out September 19th in the UK. I'm not sure what the American release date is.
Is that online?
26th.
No.
Are you, and I ask you, are you like a Dynasty Warriors fan? Is that what you're getting at? Do you already play Dynasty Warriors?
Nope, never heard of it, actually.
Oh, well, that's what it's based on. See, this is the thing. I was going to go into, I don't know, personally, is anyone else planning on your game before I interrupt?
No.
I don't actually understand why this game exists, to be honest. I personally can't imagine a lot of people actually getting it, because I feel like, I don't understand. Like, I can't imagine someone waking up and being like, man, I really would love to see Dynasty Warriors on a Nintendo console with Zelda. I don't think anyone ever did that, so I feel like it's kind of strange. But I'm glad some people will still enjoy it. But I feel it's going to have a little bit of limited appeal. I also see a lot of Nintendo gamers buying it because it has Zelda on the box, and then being really disappointed because it's not really a Zelda game.
No, who's gonna do that?
See, I don't really know much of the background on Dynasty Warriors at all. I just saw the videos for this and thought it looked good. And I'd have it on pre-order, but I'm moving house 4 days before it comes out, so I can't pre-order it, which is annoying.
Essentially, Dynasty Warriors, if you take out all of the Zelda and replace it with kind of Japanese-themed monsters and warriors, that's pretty much it.
I'm sold.
It's a, I don't even know what kind of genre you would put it in. It's a...
hack and slash?
Yes, very much a hack and slash. But it's kind of a strategy game at the same time. So, the goal of the game is there's like hundreds and hundreds of enemies you have to get through, but you have to capture like command posts and areas, and you have to. It's like a tower defense game.
A tower defense game? I didn't. I'm interested now if it is.
It's
I thought it was just like a run in with your sword and slash everything.
No. You have to protect these areas. You capture an area and you have to defend it, and then you have to go capture all the other areas too. So in that way, it's kind of like a tower defense game with like hundreds and hundreds of oncoming enemies.
It sounds kind of like a first-person shooter in that regard, like online.
It's like a horde game.
Yeah.
Like you get waves of enemies coming at you. I guess like a lot. I think that's part of the.
Oh, I see.
I think that's part of the appeal of Dynasty Warriors. Actually, is that like it's supposed to have a ton of like characters on screen, like thousands or something. I don't know. I think that's part of the appeal.
Dynasty Warriors, the way the game works is you get these really awesome combos that I'm sure people have seen in the Nintendo previews for Hyrule Warriors. But essentially, you get these really cool combos that make really big area of effects, and you get to take out like 50 enemies at a time. So the appeal there is hundreds and hundreds of enemies, and then as you progress, you get new items and bigger power-ups and bigger attacks.
So you get to feel like a badass killing like 50 enemies at once.
Yes.
Nice. I've done for as far as I'm aware, address what Jeremy said earlier, I don't think there is any online multiplayer that I'm aware of, which I feel like is kind of a big bummer. At least as far as I'm aware.
I think there was a mention of online something, but it was more like downloadable maps or something like that.
Yes, actually, we can get into that. Nintendo's doing, I believe there is retailer exclusive DLC for this game.
Ugh.
Which is like the bane of my existence, or at least I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it bothers other people that much, but to me that absolutely infuriates me. The idea basically that if you buy it at Best Buy, then you'll get maybe I think you get a certain a costume pack, but if you buy it at another retail, you get a different one, and it's just
No, I agree. The retailer exclusive stuff always made me really mad because when they used to do it before, like a few years ago, I never had a Best Buy until just recently, and they tended to have a bias for Best Buy, and they would always make their exclusives there, and the only thing I had was a GameStop. So it was either, unless they did a GameStop exclusive, I could never get any special items or anything like that because I didn't have a Best Buy.
I believe there's 3 different sets. I believe there's a costume set for Ocarina of Time, one for Twilight Princess, and one for Skyward Sword, I think. I think there's 3 different ones is the deal. Now, to be fair here, from where I believe there was an announcement a few days ago that these will be eventually purchasable on the eShop, standalone outside of retailers eventually, but not at launch. But it's just in general, just the idea of like, you can only get this content for a certain time if you go buy it at a certain store, so you can't have it all right away. And you'll have to pay extra for it later. I'm not a fan of that.
Mm-mm.
But otherwise, the game could actually turn out really well. Like I said, I don't know too much about it. It just doesn't appeal to me, at least so far. But hey, if Tina gets it, other people in TBT get it, and it's really great, maybe you'll end up buying it.
I will convince you all it's great, and then you'll buy it and decide it's terrible.
And I'll blame you.
No, well, my top favorite franchises don't actually have any online play, so something like that actually appeals to me.
It appeals to you not having it?
Yes, actually, until very recently, I didn't actually take part in any online games whatsoever. It was stuff like Animal Crossing and Mario Kart that really introduced me to that.
I find that really intriguing. That of all the console makers, Nintendo is the one that converted you to playing online.
With other games, I can kind of agree with that, but that's a completely different conversation. I just agree on the matter.
All right. Let's get into some some form stuff here. I think Kaiaa has a speech prepared or some announcements prepared.
Speech.
Speech. Okay.
It's not really a speech.
All right. Well, give us the lowdown on what's new.
Okay. So we basically had our Beltree beach party, and those are over. What?
I was just saying, woo.
Oh, thank you.
Woohoo!
Thanks for the excitement. Okay, anyway, we've got our winners now, and I guess I would like to go ahead and announce them. Coming in first for our sandcastle contest is Oblivia with her foil castle with 180 votes. So congratulations, Oblivia.
Good job.
Good job.
In second place, we've got Lorena with her very sandcastle-y castle, receiving 78 votes. Good job, Lorena.
Good job.
Yeah.
And in third is Judai's edible cake sandcastle with 56 votes.
I like that one. It's creative. Get it's edible.
Yeah, I like that one. I think I voted for Oblivia's.
Yeah, I did. I nominated the cake, but I ended up voting for Oblivious.
All right, so thank you everyone for participating in the Sandcastle contest and making it a huge success.
Do you want to touch on what prizes they get? What did they win?
I didn't write that down.
Okay, alright, well, move along then, sorry.
Oh, wait, no, they get like stickers and it's probably like collectible or something, right? I don't know.
Something, that's up to you. Anyway, people, please contact Jeremy for information to get your stickers.
Yeah, I'm gonna need your address and also tell me what you actually won. Or I guess I could look that up.
Alright, I've got it here. So, first play, each winner gets 5 TBT stickers, and I believe we have Leaf and Retro TBT stickers.
Yes, that's all we have left.
Yeah.
We have no Who Is Jubs left. Sorry.
No Who's Job. We'll need a restock of those sometime, and we don't do restocks. And then there's gold, silver, bronze trophies, and 400 bells, 250 bells, and 150 bells.
Rolling in bells.
Alright, if you're under 16, you should probably ask your parents before giving out your information.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Please get
Don't
permission
give
from
it
your
to
parent or
stranger
guardian
Jeremy.
before giving Jeremy your email address and
I'm
address.
scary.
Okay. Moving on to our collectible contest. And these were really good. I liked all the collectibles. What did you guys think of them?
There are a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too.
They were okay.
Shut up, Jeremy. Alright, coming in first was Witch's Ice Cream Swirl with 99 votes.
Congrats.
Nice job. And a very close second was Lassie's Popsicle Collectible with 98 votes. Good job. And in third place we have CC Aitlin's Watermelon Collectible with 69 votes.
Wow.
Thanks for the claps, guys. Alright, and thank you all for participating in the collectible contest. And you should see the winning collectible in the shop whenever Jeremy gets around to it. So don't talk to me about it. It's probably Jeremy.
I actually would like to make a special announcement here. We are actually going to put in both first place and second place collectibles in the shop because they're only one vote away from each other, 99 and 98, I believe it was. So you can look forward to both the which ones were it again?
Ice cream and a popsicle.
Yes, the ice cream swirl and the popsicle.
You know, I never voted for that one, so you should have told me there was one vote away. I would have voted for the losing one, so they would have been exactly tied.
Well, way to go. Maybe you should maybe you should visit your own forum and find out yourself.
Whoa.
Oh! Yeah, so both of those will be available when Jeremy gets around to it, because I have a PlayStation 4 to play.
Next Saturday.
Oh, I forgot you're leaving, so I have to
Don't
do
give
stuff
him a
then.
date.
That'll be ready in the next couple months at least. It'll be ready by the end of the year, right?
I'll also throw in the winners, the prizes too. Each of those winners will also get 5 TBT stickers, I believe it is. And first we'll get 3 of the, it's going to be the winning collectible. I'm not actually sure if we're going to give them both or just the first one. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But it's supposed to be
Probably
3 of the winning collectible,
one.
2 of the winning collectible, and 1 of the winning collectible for first, second, third, and 300, 200, and 100 bells respectively. And
Probably just one each.
Probably.
Or well, if the winners get 3 or whatever.
It depends how generous we're feeling in the moment.
We'll let them pick which ones they want, I guess. But the stickers are amazing, of course, so those will be good.
And I mean, Jeremy's actually well known for sending a little handwritten note and a little drawing along with your stickers. So you'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, those are limited edition, I guess.
Very limited.
Yeah, but I didn't. Okay, now I have to do it. I guess. Thanks.
Yeah, you're doing it now. I can't let you skip out on. Okay, let's see. Any other topics? I think we're almost just about to wrap up. Is there any other topics, or news, or anything anyone would like to bring up before we close?
Well, let's bring up like the podcast itself. How about like they might want to know: are we doing this again? How many times are we doing this, etc.
What I think the honest answer would be we don't know.
Yeah, we're just we'll do it again, obviously, but how often? I don't know.
To completely honest, this is pretty cliche to say, but it honestly depends on like what the feedback we get and what you guys think of it. Like, if you all say it sucks and you hate it, then probably won't do too many more of them. But if it's great, then maybe we'll do them fairly often. It just depends how it's received.
Yeah, this is our first one, so it's a little rough, maybe, but
a little bit of a train wreck.
And, we should mention the people who couldn't make it. Thunder obviously wouldn't be here even if he wasn't sick. Jason is not here. But Jamie was actually rather involved in the preparation, but she has really bad internet right now, so that's why she's not here. Jamie is ZR, for those who don't know.
Yeah, ZR38. Or Voldemort or Scent.
Scent, yeah.
Yes, you could not be here today. Yeah, it's tragic. Who else are we missing? Are we missing anyone else?
Jason and Thunder.
Jason and Thunder, okay. Yes.
Thunder...
I think Jason's probably. I think Jason might even be at work. I think he works at nights now. So
Jason might be on in the future if maybe if he wants to.
Oh yeah.
Thunder, don't expect Thunder to be on though. I'll say that. Right.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Thunder to get on Mumble without even recording him, and he just doesn't want to.
Look forward to it in the year 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this came out in Europe back in March, so it may not be too new. But I guess if either of our Australians or Europeans have played it already, they can mention it. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the crossover game that I think people have been waiting quite a few years to come. That finally released in America just a few days ago, I think. Have any of you actually played that? Like maybe Tina or Ben, who already is released?
It came out 2 days ago, I think, or am I thinking of the wrong title? Something along that franchise came out 2 days ago here.
Huh. I know it came out somewhere in March. I thought it came out in Europe in March. Okay, well maybe it only came out. Who knows? I can't do release dates, but I guess no one has gotten a chance to play it yet. But
what was the game called again?
It's Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's a crossover between the Professor Layton games and the Phoenix Wright games.
Yeah, that came out Friday here.
Yes,
Friday just gone.
Are any of you planning on getting it? If you haven't already gotten it,
Definitely.
I'm gonna get it.
I haven't actually played any of the original, so I do not plan on getting it.
Wow, Jeremy.
It came out in March over here, but I'm still playing the third Professor Layton game. I'm halfway through it.
I haven't played any.
I'm halfway through the second one. I think there's 6 of them now.
Something like that.
But I've played all the Ace Attorney games except the most recent one. I still haven't gotten around to playing anything but the first chapter of the 3DS one. But the older ones, I've played all of those. They're great.
I'm the exact opposite. I've played all of the Professor Layton games except for the last one, and I have yet to play any of the Ace Attorney games all the way through.
Wait, is that why you're a professor? Because of the game?
No, Professor came from Pokemon.
One last thing I think we want to mention. We're not going to be able to do this segment in this podcast because we wanted this podcast to be a surprise, but I believe for our second episode, we want to have an Ask the Staff podcast edition. Something along those lines. We'll probably come up with a fancier name. It'll take us a few months, but we'll get there. And yeah, so basically, we have the Ask the Staff thread on the forums, but a lot of things in there are kind of throwaway questions, what's your favorite pizza? That's not exactly much discussion there. But if I think we'll either open a new thread or we'll announce that we're accepting full podcast questions in that thread. I'm not sure yet. But basically we're looking for if any of you have more thoughtful questions, be sure to we'll have an opportunity there to submit those, and maybe we can all discuss them. It could be about anything. Just if they're a little more thoughtful than just what's your favorite pizza.
Keep it thoughtful as well.
Yes.
And
yes, very thoughtful.
We're probably going to have at least one episode dedicated solely to Mafia, right?
No.
Just kidding.
And yeah, as for when we're going to do another episode, I'm not entirely sure, but we've been floating around the idea that if this is a success, maybe we'll do one the week when Smash Brothers releases on the 3DS.
Yes.
Because we'll have lots to talk about that, and everyone can add their thoughts. Because seeing as we've discovered, nearly everyone here is getting both versions, so we'll have that. And I think that just about wraps up everything. Also, please be sure if you actually manage to listen to all 1 hour and 5 minutes of this train wreck, please feel free to leave your feedback. We might have a thread for that somewhere. Feel free to leave all your feedback on the show if you any suggestions you have, maybe for new segments, or if you actually thought it was terrible, you can let us know too. We'll only be a little offended.
I'll be a lot offended as well. Wow.
Well, okay, well, we won't. Don't send the feedback to him. Just beam it to me. So yeah, I think that's about it. If everyone, yeah, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thanks
Bye-bye.
you for listening.
And Godspeed.
Yes, thank you for listening. Farewell.